Right, next option, display inactive customers for selection on reports. Now we have inactivated customers and suppliers, but we want to include those customers in our reports. Okay, now we will duplicate another one. Okay, this customer is A01, is inactivated customer. Now we want to include that customer in our reports. Now you can see this A01 customer available, even that customer is inactivated customer. Okay, because we have ticked this option, display inactive customers for selection on report, and if we untick this option, that customer will not display, or inactivated customers will not display. And also same as suppliers. We will inactivate this customer, sorry, this supplier. And if we generate report, supplier outstanding report, that supplier will display, because we have ticked this option. Okay, display inactive suppliers for selection on report. Okay, next one, use inclusive processing on customer supplier documents by default. Now if you are a VAT registered company, you will sell goods with tax. Okay, and if you are selling with tax, those amounts we will say inclusive amount. And if you want to display without tax amount in your transactions, now we will open customer quotation. Here you can see prices will display as exclusive price, and later system will calculate tax. Now from this option it says use inclusive. If you tick this option, system will display inclusive amount. Now we will save this. Okay, now you can see inclusive price, previous it's exclusive. That's because we have changed that. Use inclusive price, use inclusive processing when customer supplier documents by default. Okay, next one, use account as default document line type selection. Now when you are processing transactions, you can for an example, if you are entering supplier transaction, okay, you can view this as type, and you can change this type, item, account, or bundle. Now item means if you select type here, you can type as item, then you can select your inventory item. If you select account, you can select your GL accounts. And there's another option, bundle. If you have bundle items, you can select bundle item. And from this option, use account as default document line type selection. If you set that, if you tick this option, by default it will display as account, but here it will display as type as item. Okay, right. Right, is it clear that customer and supplier settings? Right, next we will move to item settings. Now from here we can change our item settings. Okay, there's a question what time the session will end. Now our task schedule is Thursdays 3 to 6, and 3:32 or 3:40 we will give a 10-minute break, and from next week onwards task will be on Thursday 3 to 6. Right, next item settings. First one, warn when item quantities fall below 0. Now from these settings, now if you are working for audit firms, sometimes you may go for stock taking and audits. When you are going for audit, sometimes you may see some companies inventory balances may in minus balances. Okay, so that means we have sold without our good, without having goods. Okay, now if you actually it's not correct, because if we haven't goods we cannot sell. Therefore if you want to block that those things happening, that incorrect things happening, you can block from here. Okay, there are first one, warn when item quantities fall below 0, and second one, do not allow quantities fall below 0. Now first option, if you select first option, when you are selecting, you select first one. Warn when item quantities fall below 0. Now when you are invoicing, now this item has a 0 quantity. Now when you are select that item, the system will display processing this quantity will cause the quantity on hand item to fall below 0. This might result in reserved items being unavailable for delivery. The cost of this item is 0. Like that, system will display a warning message. We cannot entity call fall below 0, therefore we cannot invoice for that item. Now assume we have we have two quantities here. Assume we are going to sell 5, then system will display the processing this quantity will cause the quantity on hand for this item to fall below 0. That means we have 2, we are invoicing for 5, then system quantity will fall below 0, and system will not first one, it's a only warning message. We can click OK and we can process the transaction. Okay, then second option, we will select second option, do not allow item quantities fall below 0. We will save. We will enter customer invoice. Okay, now this item has 2 quantities. We will sell 5. Now you can see processing this quantity will cause quantity on hand for this item to fall below 0. You are not allowed to process below quantity on hand. Okay, now again that quantity has changed 5 to 1, but in previous example it's allowed, but it's display a message, but it's allowed to process that transaction. But if you select, if you tick on this do not allow, system will not allow to process that transaction. Okay, if you select first one, system will display warning message and allow to process transaction. But if you select second option, system will not allow to process that transaction. And also you cannot tick for both, you can select either one. Right, next option, warn when item cost is 0. Now if you are selling any items with 0 cost, system will display an alert. Okay, now this item cost is 0, average cost is 0. We will enter transaction for that item. Right, we will okay. We will select that item again. I have changed the opening balance. Okay, now you can see the cost of this item is 0. For accurate cost of sales reporting, ensure that the cost of the item is correct. Now, if it is now, if we have goods in our stock, there should be a value for or cost for that items. Now, unless if supplier gives free of charge, other than that, all item should have a cost. Now, if an item has 0 cost, system will think this is an error. Therefore, system will display a warning alert. Okay, the cost of this item is 0. For accurate cost of sale reporting, ensure that the cost of the item is correct. Okay, if you tick this option, that alert will display. If you untick this option, that alert will not display. Next, warn when item selling price is below cost. Now assume this item okay, this L001 item average cost is 509,000. Now assume we are selling for 400,000. Then system will display the selling price of this item is below the cost price. Okay, if you take this option, warn when item selling price is below cost, system will display an alert. The selling price of this item is below the cost price. Now, normally we are not selling our items below the cost. Therefore, system will think this is an error. Therefore, system will display warning message. Next one, display inactive items for selection on document line. Same as customer and supplier. If you we will inactive some item. This 2BR will inactive. Or 001 item we will deactivated. We have inactivated. Now we will check that one. 001. That item 001 item will not display here because we have inactivated that item, and from this option display inactive items for selection on document line, we have unticked this option. Therefore, system will not display inactivated item for document line. Next option, display inactive items for selection on reports. Now if we generate a report, for here also that 001 item will not display. Next one, sales order reserve item quantities. In practical situation, sometimes you may send quotations, and after that you will send sales order for customer. Finally, you will create your customer invoice. Now, when you are generating sales orders, if you want to allocate that sales order items for that customer, you can tick this option, sales orders reserve item quantities. Then those items will reserve for that customer, and you cannot invoice those items for other customers. And if you tick this option, if you untick this option, system will not reserve for sales orders, and you can invoice to customers. Okay, from this option, if you tick this option, sales orders reserve item quantities, then if you enter any sales order, those quantities will reserve for that customer. Okay, and you cannot invoice for other customer. Now here also you can see reserved quantity on hand, 2 columns there, and you can see that 9 reserved for reserved quantity. That means we have entered sales order, and that sales order has 9 quantities, and we have reserved for that sales order. Yes, you can reserve reserved items without enter invoices for other customers. Then next one, display inactive item bundles for selection on document lines. That means later we will discuss this. You can create bundle items. Now for an example, if you take computer has monitor, system unit, mouse, keyboard, speakers. You can create like that bundle items. Now if you select bundle item, we will select bundle item here. Now after you enter that bundle item, all components of that bundle items also display in the screen. Now if you increase that quantity, enter quotation. Okay, we haven't entered these other components. We have select only computer, but other items also display component of that computer. This is a bundle item. We will later discuss how to create bundle items. And from this option, display inactive item bundles for selection on document lines. Now you can create bundle items. Here you can see that list of bundle items, and if you want, you can active or inactive those bundle items. If you inactivated bundle item, those bundle items will not display in the screen. Okay. Next one, use perpetual inventory system. Now you have activated that advanced inventory module. If you activated advanced inventory module, you can view this, use perpetual inventory system, and you can tick this option. Okay, if you activated, you can see this use perpetual inventory system, and you can tick this option. Okay, before move to price list, please save these changes, and we will create one customer, supplier, and inventory items. After that, we will move to price list. Okay. After we completing these company settings, we will again we will create customers, suppliers, and inventory items. Before that, we will quickly create one customer. You can create customers. Go to customers, click add a customer, and you can enter your name, customer name, and if you want, you can add other details. These credit limit, tax reference, postal address, and contact details. At the moment, we will create, you can enter any name, any customer name, and you can save your customer. And only thing is, if you are not enter any email address here under contact details, please change this statement distribution method to print. Okay. You can create customers by clicking this customer module, click add a customer, enter any name under customer name, and if you are not entering any email address here, please change statement distribution method to print. Okay, and save. Okay, other features, these detailed features, we will discuss when we are discussing this master file creation. Right. You can create a customer now. Go to customers, add a customer, enter customer name, and change this default settings, statement distribution method to print. Right. Next, we will create a supplier. Go to supplier, click add a supplier, enter supplier name, and save. Okay. Go to suppliers, click add a supplier, enter supplier name, and save. Okay. Next, we will create an item. Go to items, click add an item. Actually, this is a very user-friendly software. If you want to create customer, you can go to customers and click add as customer. And if you want to create or if you want to add a supplier, you can go to suppliers module and click add a supplier. And if you want to add an item, you can go to items and click add an item. From here, you can enter item code, and description, and you can save. Okay, you can create item, go to items, add an item, enter item code, description, and you can save. Then like that you can create items. Okay, next in item settings you can see price list. Now sometimes you may sell your items at a different prices for different customers. For an example, if you have regular customers, you will sell for a reduced price, and other free not regular customers you will sell at a higher price. Or if you are selling wholesale, you will sell reduced price, and if you are for your retail customers, you will sell higher prices. And from Sage Business Cloud Accounting, you can maintain that price list. And if you select, when you are creating your customers, you can link that price list. Then when you are entering that when you are entering your invoices, the relevant prices will display in the invoice. Okay, now we can create price list here. And when we are creating customers, we can select the price list here. Okay, then when you are entering transaction, that relevant prices will display in the invoice. Now this customer has a distributor price list. We will open another customer. We will change to retail price list. We will enter prices for that retail and distributor prices here. Okay, now we are selling this Sonic Wave 2302 SSC item. First we will sell to Advanced Audio, enter quotation. right? Now you can see it's 15,000. It's for this customer it's 10,000 because they have two different price lists. Based on this price list, retail price is 15,000, distributor price is 10,000. Based on their price list, customer price list, system will automatically pick that price. Okay, now for this customer it's 15,000. Other customer, A0101 customer, it's 10,000 because we have set that price list price from here, and based on these prices, system will pick that correct prices for correct customer. Okay, now from here there are three steps. First you need to create price list, then you need to link that price list to your customer. Finally you need to enter relevant prices when you are creating item. Okay, first you need to create price list. Second, you need to link that price list to your customer. Finally, you need to enter correct price list prices when you are creating item. Okay, now here you can enter or you can create price list by clicking this plus mark, and if you want to remove any price list, you can delete that price list. And also you can rename your price list. I think sometimes you may have one price list as default price list. If you want to change that price list, you can change that price list name. Okay, now you can create three price lists: wholesale price list, retail price list, and default price list. Okay, please create three price list: default price list, wholesale price list, and retail price list. You can add price list by clicking this green color plus mark, and by clicking on that price list, you can rename that price list. Okay, like that you can add your price list by clicking this green color plus mark. You can add price list, and if you want to rename, you can rename, right? Okay, we will wrap up for today. Next session will be on from next session it will be on Thursday from 3 to 6. We have sent a different link for next session. We have mentioned in okay, we will send you again that link, and also we will try to upload this video and we will send you the video link. Please go through that video, or if you have any questions, please ask. And if you want to register, please send your contact details, first name, last name, email address through your department, and we will create a software for you. Okay, thank you very much. And if you want, please, we appreciate if you could add any comment, the content, explanation and speed of that lectures. We will appreciate if you could enter any comment here. Okay, thank you very much. Stay safe.